Tanks and Tutties, brought to you by Tubbs and Frankie. It is 6:27, 5:05 p.m. We're coming at you live, episode 51. Weekend recap. We're going to talk to you guys a little bit about episode 52 next week. Locks and Longshots, as always. MLB, because that's the only sport going on right now. Same sport, World Series. That just finished up last night. We'll talk about that. Today we've got our top 5 sounds in sports. That'll be fun. I'm curious to see how different our lists are and how similar they are. I feel like there's a couple that need to be on both lists. Then we're going to do a weekend preview. Obviously, 4th of July coming up. Should be a great weekend. And then Frankie's going to wrap it up with some roulette, and we'll send you on our way. Frankie, actually, before we get into your weekend, let's talk about episode 52. I wanted to ask you, what are you trying to do with episode 52? I know we mentioned we could just get drunk, or probably can't do an interview because most people will be busy on the 4th itself when we're going to be recording. So I think we should just get drunk and then, what do you think about taking the time to go back through all of our spreadsheets and looking at our favorite memories of the show?
I don't hate that idea. I know personally I'm still trying to figure out how that's going to work for that episode next week, because I will be moving and my family, technically my mom and dad are going to be there. So I'm just debating if I want to just take an hour out of the day to record real quick, or kind of how I want to do things. I'm still trying to figure that out, or if I just want to ask you to record Wednesday and we just push this back to Thursday. So I don't hate that idea. I thought of doing that. I don't know if we're just trying to then go back and find the clips of our favorite memories and put those in, or kind of what your thought is on that.
I don't know. That'd be more your end, Mr. Techie, but maybe we could do that. Maybe we could take the time on Wednesday to collectively record it and then have you insert the clip. I don't know. We'll talk. Let's talk off recording. But I think we'll either talk about our favorite memories or talk about them and throw them in, or maybe do a top 5 favorite memories type of thing.
Yeah.
But I think it should definitely be something about the show, because it's episode 52, 1 year. So something like that. So that's what you can expect.
Okay.
And we'll figure that out off stream.
That works for me.
So how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty fun, actually. We got back from Memphis, as you can probably tell by my sound quality. I am not recording on my Xbox headset this week. I am recording on the normal mic. I am in Grand Rapids. We got back on Thursday night of last week. Then Friday we decided we were going to go out to Main Street Pub, where Paige and I used to work, and just visit some regulars, drink with some regulars and stuff like that. We were there at Main Street for probably 4.5, 5 hours. Drank pretty steadily. Wasn't drunk, but I was, feeling good. Then we went to another bar down the street closer to our house, and we had a couple more drinks there.
Down the street.
Yes. The bar was called Caesars, so that was interesting. Just a little rundown bar, but we had a blast. I will say we got back to our house at probably 2:30ish, and I laid in bed, and I don't remember falling asleep. I was out in about 5 minutes, and I woke up the next morning, felt fine. What did I do Saturday? I don't think I did a whole lot Saturday. I can't really remember. And then Sunday, I was debating if I was going to golf or not, because the weather looked kind of spotty. I know we were supposed to get some thunderstorms here in Grand Rapids. I ended up scheduling a tee time to go out golfing with our buddy Javi. Got out golfing, and the chance of rain kept dropping. So I was like, I think we're going to be okay. We get to about hole 3, and it starts thundering, and I was like, maybe we're not going to make it through this. Hole 4, it starts raining a little bit. Wind starts picking up. I was like, all right, let's finish this. It's a short par 4. We'll finish this hole, and then we'll go sit under like the patio covering that they have. Let the storm pass, and then we'll go back out. So we get under the patio covering, and it literally like just starts downpouring. As soon as we get underneath the cover, we're like, well, at least we got here in time. So we sit there for probably like 30 minutes. Rain starts lightening up. People start going back out. And I was like, all right, like let's let these two small groups go, and then we can go back out. So we get up to the tee, and there's one big dark cloud right behind us. And we're like, should we play? Should we wait? We decided we were going to wait for like 5 more minutes, just let this cloud pass over. It starts downpouring. Like we ended up running inside of the clubhouse, and so did everybody else. It was raining to the point where the clubhouse sits right behind the green for hole 9. You could not see the middle of the fairway on hole 9 because it was raining so hard. And it looked like hole 9 had just become a swamp instead of a fairway. About 30 minutes or so, we ended up getting back out. We started playing hole 5, which is a long par 5. We get to the green, and it starts raining again. So luckily there was trees that we were able to camp underneath while it rained for another 20 more minutes. After that, though, it stopped raining. We were able to finish our round. I think total time, it probably took us 6 hours to play our round of 18 just because of all the rain and stopping for rain and stuff like that. I will say I played good other than hole 5 during the rain, and one of the holes on the back 9, I don't remember which hole it was. And I did have a birdie, which if you listen to last week's episode, I said that on Wednesday when I went golfing in Tennessee, I was going to get a birdie. I did not, but I got a birdie on Sunday, which was great. May or may not have been on a mulligan. Does not matter. It was a birdie.
Doesn't count. We're not professionals.
But yeah, my weekend was good. We are heading back to Memphis on Friday, and I will be in Memphis then for a very long time. We'll be officially moved down to Memphis. Next episode, you will hear me. I will have hopefully decent sound quality, but I will be recording in Memphis again. So how was your weekend?
I had a damn good weekend. Friday, I took Friday off to golf with my father. We golfed with his buddy that he works with and his son. They're both Michigan State fans. We had a little bet for Michigan State this year. We're having a tailgate because it's in East Lansing, which is about 10 minutes from my house. They were planning on coming out, so we said, hey, let's do a little scramble. Well, actually, no, we did best ball. And the loser, we did match play. Loser has to wear the other team's jersey during the game. So, honestly, I've never been so nervous for a non-money bet. And it started out great. Going into hole 9, me and my dad were up 3 strokes. No, we did do strokes, not match play. We were up 3 strokes going into hole 9. Me and my dad tripled, and they parred, so then it was even. Then they went up 3. And then on hole 16, they tripled, and we parred it. Hole 17, we bogeyed, they doubled. And then the last hole, they birdied, and we parred. So we pushed, we tied, we said, hey, whatever, we had a good time. So all of that back and forth to just tie and call off the bet. We didn't even try to go back out and play another hole real quick for a tiebreaker, which I wasn't mad about because at that point, my game was gone. But, hey, it's fine. Friday, got back home. I had to wait for Sid she was going out to dinner with her sister before we could go to my parents' cottage. Got to the cottage real late, around like 9 o'clock, so I didn't even really drink. I think I had a couple beers, that was it. And then, let's see, what else did I do? Yeah, went to bed that night. Saturday, we golfed again. And I just want to say, my golf game is really back. The only thing that's annoying is that I fixed one part of my game, and then another part goes to shit. So it used to be that inside of 100, I was money, but getting to there was bad. And then my round on Saturday, even Friday, I'm just striping my driver. Frankie, I was telling you, I've been hitting 305 consistent with the driver when I hit it well. I still have shitty shots. I'll still slice one into the woods, and I'll still pop one up 60 yards in front of me. But when it's good, it's good. And then my irons, dude, just crisp. I changed a couple things. I went to the range like twice last week, I think. And game is good except for inside 100 now. I duff my chips. I can't putt for shit. And right around that 70 to 100, I'm ass. But I had a birdie as well. Mine was on a par 4. Nuked my drive, probably 310. Had about 105 left to the pin. And I put it within about 3 inches, tapped it in for birdie. So that was really good. It was also good. I was golfing with Sid, so I got to impress her a little bit. She's just getting into golf. I don't know if you've experienced this, but it's hard because I try to give her tips, but I realize that I'm trash at golf. And my tips, when I tell her, she's not really picking up what I'm saying. And when she tries it, I can't tell her what she's doing wrong to get to where I want her to be. So it's just a big frustrating circle of, I'm sorry, I think I'm better at golf than I am, and I'm not trying to come off as some know-it-all that knows what he's doing. Because I don't. You watch me golf, there's a lot of shit that goes wrong. So, but it was a lot of fun. For my birthday, she bought me this pass. We get to go to 4 golf courses for free. Well, she had to pay for it, but it was a crazy deal. So we're working through that. She's getting into golf, which is great. We also golf with my brother, who he's 16 and he deadlifts 500 pounds. Massive dude, lineman, plays football. He's going to go to the league. You heard it here first. And this dude has some of the angriest swings I've ever seen in my life. He can hit a drive about 300 yards, but it's got a 100-yard slice on it. I think he lost like 9 balls, and it was all off the tee. And then his irons, he hits about 6 yards behind the ball before he even. So then those are just dribblers. But one thing I did really appreciate about Sid is that when she takes a couple swings and misses or she dribbles a couple, she'll pick it up and throw it. And she's got a cannon, dude. There's a couple where she put it right on the fringe from like 80, 90 out. That's an exaggeration. It's probably more like 60, but hell, I'm like, I don't even know if I could do that. And then she'll spike a few. But Saturday was fun. Drank a lot. Got home, napped. And then we ended up going outside. I got a haircut, swam a little bit. It was good. Sunday, I was down bad. I was really hungover from Saturday. And I got home. I just laid around all day. I put on the College World Series game, and I slept. Went and got a pizza, and then went to bed around like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock that night. So, but
I do.
Locks and Longshots.
Well, I do want to add something real quick. So, you mentioned your birdie was on a par 4. Mine was on a par 3. It was on the back, and I will say this is probably the closest I ever got to a hole-in-one. So obviously first shot, hit it right. It wasn't like a bad shot, but it wasn't great. And then Javi also had a bad shot, and so we're like, all right, group mulligan. And so I hit my second shot.
You can't really take a group mulligan when there's only 2 of you, though. I just want to say.
Yes, you can. We only did it once on the back and once on the front. So
you had 2 total mulligans the whole day.
Well, I think no, because we usually play. We each get one on the front and one on the back, and then the group mulligan. We used a group mulligan on the front and a group mulligan on the back, and then I only used one other mulligan. So technically, I had 3. But, and it wasn't like it wasn't that I needed all 3. I probably needed 2 of them. But, anyways, I think the hole sat like 125 yards or so. I hit it. It was over the pin, and it hit the ridge on the back of the green and rolled back, and it was rolling straight for the hole and stopped 2 feet short. So came up, tap in, birdie. It was awesome. I was also golfing, so it was Javi and I, and then we each brought our girlfriends just to ride along because it was Sunday and they didn't have anything to do anyways. So kind of cool to be able to do that in front of Paige. She was like, oh my God, that was awesome. And I was like, yeah, I fucking know.
Yeah, there's no better feeling than, I didn't know this because never golfed with a girlfriend before, but there's no better feeling than hitting an absolute nuke of a drive or birdieing or parring a hole, and they're just like, wow, that was really good.
Yeah, so
like
speaking...
That made me feel like a king.
Great transition for me. Speaking of nuking drives... My biggest issue with my golf game, you said your game is back. My biggest issue with my game has always been keeping my drive straight, and I have now fully eliminated my slice. I don't know why, if it's just muscle memory now from actually fixing what I wanted to fix, and it's finally coming around. My drives are straight down the middle. If anything, it's pushed or pulled, which isn't a huge deal. It's not like it's way off or anything if I do miss. If I could just like put together a full round, because my irons are usually really good. If I could just put together a full round of like keeping my drives good, keeping my irons good, limiting my duffs, and then just like figuring out my putts, I think I could probably shoot mid to low 80s.
Think about it this way, though. I don't know about low 80s because that's stretching it.
Yeah.
But I'd say we'd be 90s or lower if we eliminated the duffs and the drops, both of us, because I feel like we're pretty even with our golf game.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just thinking about this. Think about how far we've come. You and I used to like battle shooting 106, 107s. Now we're mid to low 90s. Wow, low 90s is still a good day. But if I don't shoot a 90, I'm pissed. And that's crazy that we shaved 10 strokes in like a year of golf.
Yeah, like I shot a 99 this weekend,
us.
and I was like, I easily could have shot a 94.
Exactly.
Because I had 2 blow-up holes. And like if I just eliminate that. Also, I will say, so it rained mid-round, and the greens were really fast beforehand. So I was expecting, we got all this rain just dumped on us mid-round. The greens are going to be so slow now. Mm-hmm. It took me like 4 holes to adjust because they weren't slow at all. Really? So I was like expecting it to be slow, and then I'd hit it hard, and it would just soar past the hole. And I was like, all right, this is not what I expected at all. So that kind of fucked me up for a couple holes. But we fixed it. We're back. And hopefully by the time, spoiler alert, if we end up running a tournament in 2024, my golf game is pure and I'm shooting close to par, which I know is not going to happen, but...
Close to par is a lot to ask of yourself.
That's asking
that
a
is
lot.
a lot. I'd say if I can be sub 90s by the time we get that going, I'll be a very happy camper.
Exactly, I agree.
All right, Locks and Longshots. A little bit of a long weekend recap there, but we both had good weekends. Leave us alone. I had a great week last week, Locks and Longshots. Hit both. I had Reds first 5 money line against the Rockies. It was at minus 165, but we just needed a dub. It hit. They were up 8-2 at the end of the 5th inning. They ended up winning the game 8-7, by the way, or 8-6, which is kind of wild. This week, we're going with some golf this week. I've been really into watching golf lately. Excuse me. Playing golf. So we're going to keep it rolling. Morikawa under 68.5 round 1 score, minus 135. He tore it up at the Rocket Mortgage last year, and I can see him shooting a 68, no problem. The Rocket Mortgage scores last year were super high too, by the way, or super low. Yeah, fuck, gotta get used to that. So we're gonna ride that out, minus 135. Love it. So that took me to 34 and 25 for the podcast. Now my locks, which is a really good winning percentage. Granted, 2 of those were just me drinking, so technically 32 and 25 on gambling locks. Long shots, 19 and 38 now, not very good. I had the Reds minus 1.5 last week against the Rockies. I guess that means that they won 8-6. That was at plus 100. This week, we're taking last week's winner, Keegan Bradley, under 68.5 round 1. It's at plus 105. Kind of nuts after he just shot 23 under last week. You're shaking your head. Do you disagree?
Yeah, I almost took the over, but it is the Rocket Mortgage. I just know, I don't know. Like, I'm trying. You keep talking about it if you want, but I was gonna pull up his round scores because I don't think he's been good.
His last round was very bad, but he had enough cushion to win last week. But there's not a lot of thinking that went into this one. I just was like, this guy won last week. It's the Rocket Mortgage where scores are always low. Why would I not take him to go under? So we're going to take it, and it's a long shot, so not too worried about it.
So, let's see. Oh, I guess he hasn't been that bad. He won last week, the Travelers, missed the cut at the U.S. Open, tied 30, tied 29, tied 35th, tied 48th, tied 7.
We're not talking position, though. We're just talking strokes.
Yeah. So, looking at the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He went 62 last week, 72 the week before, 74, 68, 70, 73, 70, 70.
Yeah, it's tough to look at past rounds, though, because the Rocket Mortgage is easy.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
All he's got to do is shoot 3 under.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even really do a lot of research. I just threw it out there. What about you? What do you got for Locks and Longshots? Stop shitting on mine.
So last week I had Tennessee moneyline versus LSU. They unfortunately lost. They got knocked out of the tournament. I don't know if we're going to talk about this later, but congratulations to LSU. They ended up winning the Men's College World Series. I am now...
We are going to talk about it later.
What?
I said we are going to talk about it later.
Okay. I'm now 14-12-1 on locks this year. Not great. Need to figure some stuff out. This week, though, Ricky Fowler, round 1 under 68.5, minus 135, like Jake was just talking about. Course is really easy. We just need him to shoot 3 under. I'm going to try to bring up his scores recently because I did not do any research on this either, but I know Ricky has been playing well, especially this year. He's almost playing like his best. Let's see. Last 5 rounds, he's gone 70, 62, 72, 68, 73. So he's very back and forth. So if he stays on trend, he should be going for a low score this week. Just my thought.
Correct.
For long shots, I am 6-31 this year. No. I am wait, yeah, that's right.
It is correct.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm 6-31 this year on my long shots.
Yep. 12, 48, and 4 all time.
Yeah. Last week I had Ellie De La Cruz hit home run on Dinger Tuesday. He did. Plus 450 W. I also had myself 1+ birdie on Wednesday. That was a loss, but I did get it on Sunday, so that's whatever. Still open. Corbin Carroll, NL Rookie of the Year at plus 400. It is currently minus 450. Unless Ellie De La Cruz does something and Corbin Carroll gets injured, I would assume Corbin Carroll's probably going to get the Rookie of the Year. AL Rookie of the Year is a completely different story. I had Anthony Volpe at plus 500. He is currently plus 10,000. He looks like dog shit. I have the Angels 90+ wins at plus 250. They are... I know they've been good. I don't know what their record is. They're 43-37. So I'd say that's on a pretty good pace. Next week is the halfway point. So if they can get 2 wins in the next week, then we're halfway there. And then we have the division winners parlay, which we made. Not feeling great about that because of the Reds. And this week, I'm adding, it is Dinger Tuesday again. I don't know if I'm actually going to put out any plays because I've had a bad week on FanDuel. But if I had to take one, my favorite today would be JD Martinez against the Rockies in Coors Field today, plus 285. Really like that. It's the Rockies in Coors. I mean, middle of summer, can't get much better than that for Dinger Tuesday. So that's what I'm running this week.
I like that play a lot. MLB. I wanted to start with the Angels putting up MLB The Show type numbers on the Rockies. They won, was it 24-2?
I'm bringing it up right now. It was
it 28?
25-1.
25-1. They had 24 runs in the 3rd inning or the 4th inning. And then they lost the series, even though they outscored the Rockies tremendously, obviously, because they outscored them by 23 that game. Wild stat there. I wish I would have looked it up and found it.
They had 23 runs by the 4th. They scored 1 more in the 6th and 1 more in the 8th. But they put up a 13 spot in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, that is just tremendous.
They had...
I don't remember who the starting pitcher was, but...
Chase Anderson was the starting pitcher.
Yep, 11 earned, I think. And I remember looking at fantasy. He had negative 36 points, if you were wondering.
Yeah, so he went 2 2/3, 10 hits, 9 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and he gave up 3 home runs. He gave up a home run to Mike Trout in the 3rd inning, Brandon Drury in the 3rd inning, and Matt Thias in the 3rd inning as well. So...
Yeah, I wish I would have watched that, but I just saw it all over Twitter. It's insane. But yeah, they ended up losing that series to the Rockies, and they outscored them by, I think it was like 20 runs.
What I think is even funnier about this game is the Angels went 13 for 24 with runners in scoring position. And they left 7 runners on base.
Yeah.
So this could have realistically been a 32-1 game. Realistically.
What's the most runs ever in a game? I know the Rangers put up 30 once.
I'm checking.
There's probably something from like 1941.
Most
Well, no, that was
runs.
World War II. Or no, that was before World War II. Not a history guy.
Texas Rangers, 30 runs in 2007.
Against the Orioles.
Yep.
Bang! Dude, look at that baseball memory, huh?
That's good.
What? Fuck Immaculate Grid. I'm the Immaculate Grid. Anyways, my Reds, they've slowed down a little bit. They won, was it 11 in a row or 12 in a row?
I believe they only got to 11.
But anyways, that's phenomenal. They took the lead in the NL Central, and then they're kind of hitting a tough spot in their schedule. They had the Braves. They stole the first game, and then they lost games 2 and 3, 7-6, both games. So that was tough. And then last night against the Orioles, they got blown out 10-3. So that's 3 straight losses now, and they got 2 more against the Orioles, and then they've got the Padres. And I'm not really afraid of the Padres. I'm just afraid of the Reds coming down to earth, and then the Brewers pull away a little bit because the Brewers now have first place again. But I still think they got it. They kept it that close with the Braves. Granted, they were at home.
Yeah, I mean,
I still love the bet.
Well, so against the Braves, they won 11-10, and that was the game where they were down 5-0 in the first inning, ended up coming back, and then they lost games 2 and 3, both 7-6. So it wasn't like they got
the
blown
10-3
out
against the Orioles kind of scares me.
Yeah, but they had a bad
delay,
pitcher
so that's
yesterday.
what I'm blaming it on. And rain delay. So
yeah,
we're back. We're fine.
it was 12 games, by the way.
The Mets are a train wreck. I don't know if you've been paying attention. You obviously probably have. You're an MLB guy. I saw on SportsCenter today, these numbers are probably incorrect, but they were playing the Phillies, and I believe they had a lead, and they allowed 10 base runners on 2 hits. There was like 4 hit by pitches and just walks. Their bullpen is garbage, and it has produced some great Frank the Tank content. For those unfamiliar, Frank the Tank is a huge Mets fan. Huge dude, very overweight, very obese, but he hates the Mets. They're his lifelong team. Look him up if you got the time, because there have been some amazing videos of him just spitting at his phone, throwing shit, and I'd hate to be that guy's neighbor. I also feel bad for my boy JV. Now, I heard a rumor that he's going to be on the trade block, and how sweet would it be for the Tigers to go out and get JV?
See, I don't think that Steve Cohen is going to do that because he already paid Verlander so much. I think if anything, they already have one of the highest payrolls. I think if anything, they're just going to spend more money to try and compete. Because realistically, like when you think about it, Verlander was injured for the first 2 months of the year. Still hasn't fully been himself yet. Scherzer also hasn't fully been himself yet. Then he had the suspension. Really, I don't know. He just hasn't been great. Outside of that, Pete Alonso, yes, he's hitting home runs, but he's only hitting 240, which isn't bad, but it's not great. Francisco Lindor is hitting 240, which not great. Their highest batting average on the team is 279, Brandon Nimmo. Usually this dude's a 300 hitter. I don't know. I think if we want to be real about this, I think the Mets are probably going to turn things around. But also it's the Mets. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, they haven't been good. They're 16 games back in the NL East. 8 games under 500.
I think they're only 8 out of a wild card.
Yeah, it's been bad. I think Buck Showalter should not be a manager anymore. I don't think that he should have been a manager for quite a while now. I just don't think he's that great.
I have a hot take. Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
You're going to hate this, and I'm going to love it. Manager is the most useless job position in sports. They don't do anything. And let me get this out, and I'll let you rebuttal. They're called a manager for a reason because they're not a coach. They don't do anything. There's hitting coaches. There's pitching coaches. There's strength coaches. Managers don't do shit except say, yeah, we're going to put this guy in. We're going to put this guy in. And you already have your 5 starters, and obviously you get information from your pitching coach who probably tells you who to put out there. So they get to just sit there, make all the money, and all they got to do is take the heat if a team is playing bad. I'll give them that. They do a good job. They take the heat. You got to calm down reporters. You got to always be interviewed, and you get blamed for every little thing, right? But in terms of managing, no. You got 9 players. You got a bench. You obviously know who you're going to bring in off the bench. You know when you're going to use a pinch runner. Like, it's simple shit. You go play MLB The Show. We do all this shit, and we don't get paid millions of dollars for it. There's a reason they're not a coach. What do you think of that? And then their only big decision would have been what reliever to put in when. And their pitching coach probably tells them that anyways. Like, oh, we got 2 lefties coming up. Let's bring in a lefty reliever. Like, it's simple bullshit. And they still fuck it up. Think back to the Rays in the World Series. Or was it the ALCS?
When they pulled Blake Snell. Yeah.
Pitching a gem. And they pull him on, like, what do you have, 70 pitches?
Yeah, it was like in the 5th inning.
And guess what? They lost the game. And I don't know if that was it Kevin Cash?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was his decision or the pitching coach's decision, but he had to take the heat for it. And if it was his decision, he fucked up. I just think it's a useless position, I just think it's a useless job. Like, you obviously need one because you need one guy to take the heat and to make all the decisions. But he's not making the decisions. He gets it from all his little coaches, his pitching coaches.
That's the thing. Coaches. Like, you need somebody to make the decisions, but also, like, that's the only thing that managers do. And, like, realistically, anybody could do it. It's just how effective they can do it. And that's why I don't think Showalter should be a manager, because when he does make decisions, I don't think they're the best ones. Granted, I'm not a Mets fan, so I don't follow them down to a T. I don't know this perfectly, but yeah, I don't know. Like, also, losing Edwin Diaz is huge for the Mets. If Edwin Diaz wasn't injured, this team would probably be competing for the NL East right now.
Especially with how bad their bullpen is. He's a huge piece of that, and he shouldn't have celebrated, shouldn't have played in the World Baseball Classic. I stand by everybody that says that shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, but there is, like, there's no reason that the Brewers throwing Colin Ray yesterday should have beat the Mets, who pitched Justin Verlander.
Right.
And granted, it's baseball. Right. Shit happens. But for a team that has one of the highest payrolls in baseball, that just shouldn't happen.
The highest. Or no, is it the second highest behind Texas?
I think
Or the Yankees have the highest.
I don't remember.
They're definitely top 3. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that ran in real quick. What you got? Current MVP odds are insane here on our sheet.
Yeah, so
I haven't looked.
I was looking at finding locks and Longshots earlier, and I came across on DraftKings the player awards futures for the MLB. So obviously the current favorite for the AL MVP is Shohei Ohtani. Guess what his odds are right now?
He's got to be minus 500.
Close, minus 650. Next closest, Corey Seager, plus 3,000. Wander Franco, plus 3,500. Then we get to the NL. And NL's a little bit tighter of a race. Favorite is...
Ooh, it's not Arias. I'm going to take a shot and say it's not Arias. I'm going to say it is... I don't even know. I'm not following the NL as much. Who is it?
It's Acuna.
Oh, no shit. I could have thrown that one out there.
He is minus 145. Corbin Carroll is second at plus 500, and Freddie Freeman is plus 700 in third. The fact that we have 2 outright heavy favorites at this point, not even halfway through the year, for MVP is absolutely insane. Now, I will say, Shohei...
What's Arias at?
Arias plus 2,500. He's 5th. Tied with Mookie Betts.
Oh. Gotcha.
I fully understand why these guys are the favorites. Do I understand why they're such heavy favorites? To a point. I mean, what would happen if Shohei tears his ACL? Done for the year.
And I was just going to say that. It wouldn't be a bad idea to sprinkle on whoever your favorite is out of those two. Because if he does tear his ACL, he can't win MVP.
Like, you could put $1 on Corey Seager at plus 3,000.
$30 in your pocket.
Exactly. And, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge, plus 5,000. Granted, he's injured right now. Bo Bichette, plus 5,000. Adley Rutschman, 4,000. Like, it is insane.
You could sprinkle $5 on, like, the top 5 behind Shohei, and if he gets injured, you're going to make bank.
The problem is if he doesn't get injured, he's 100% winning the MVP.
Yeah, then you're out. Yeah, but it's like, in terms of gambling, that's one of the safest gambles, is you're just gambling on a guy getting hurt in baseball, and he's playing every day 2 positions that he shouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily shouldn't be, but he's probably got the highest likelihood of getting injured out of any player. That's not a Detroit Tiger. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, because he's got the chance of.
How bad our IL is right now.
He's already had Tommy John, so he has the chance of getting Tommy John again and blowing out his UCL. Right. He also, I guess, he DHs, so the chances of like a big injury at DH are probably a little bit less than if he was playing the field.
Yep.
But there's still always a chance, and we have over half the year to go.
Yep.
Then I do have some thoughts on the All-Star vote. I don't know if you have seen this, but so phase 1, the way that the MLB All-Star voting goes is there's 2 phases now. Phase 1 ended, I believe it ended yesterday. Phase 2 started yesterday. So phase 1 ended on Sunday. During phase 1, you can vote for whoever you want and just vote. I think it's 1 time a day, whatever. Phase 2 is where I fucking hate things. So we are in phase 2 currently. This goes until, I think it goes until Thursday or Friday. And for phase 2, the leading vote getters for each league automatically get in, which is fine. That's Shohei and Acuna, AL and NL. Outside of those 2 players, the 2 top vote getters for every position and the 6 top outfielders advance to phase 2, and then you only get to vote on those players that advanced.
Really?
I think this is fucking stupid because I pulled it up today.
Setup.
Yeah, I pulled it up today and I was like, oh, you know what? Yelich has been playing really well. I'm going to go vote for Yelich. Guess what? I can't. So here's what we have for options. I'm going to run through this real quick and we can vote because we still have time. First base in the AL, we have Yandy Diaz and Vlad Guerrero Jr. I'm voting Yandy Diaz.
I agree, Yandy.
I don't think Vlad should be in the top 2. I don't really know who else should be up there, but Vlad has just not been Vlad this year. NL, we have Matt Olson and Freddie Freeman. I'm taking Freddie.
I was going to say Matt Olson, but I honestly have no idea. So
Freddie, here, stats. Freddie, 317 average, 14 home runs, 946 OPS. Matt Olson,
just give me average and home runs, and I'll tell you who should be in the All-Star game.
All right. Freddie, 317, 14 home runs. Matt Olson, 237, 25 home runs.
Yep, give me Freddie.
Okay.
237. You shouldn't even be in the conversation.
Second base, we have in the AL, Whit Merrifield, 292, 2 home runs. Marcus Semien, 281, 11 home runs.
That's Semien all day. He's been tearing it up.
Agreed. Second base for NL, Ozzie Albies, 262, 18 home runs. Luis Arias, 399, 3 home runs.
Give me Arias. I want to hate on the average thing, even though they're all singles, but he deserves to be in the All-Star game.
I agree. Third base, AL, we have Matt Chapman, 265, 10 home runs. Josh Young, 270, 15 home runs.
Give me Josh Young because I don't know who that is.
I agree. Both are not, I don't know. Like, I don't think that's astounding for a third baseman. But actually, the NL is worse. NL, we have Nolan Arenado, 268, 15 home runs. Austin Riley, 265, 13 home runs.
See, this is dumb because we should be allowed to write in Manny Machado.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It's all name game.
It's not. It's not exactly. This is not a consensus vote if you're limiting the options.
Yeah. Shortstops. We're going to go
It's
NL.
just like our presidential election. It's bullshit.
Shortstops are going to go NL first.
I like how you just breezed over that.
Yep. Arcia, 314.
Okay, go ahead.
6 home runs.
Okay.
Francisco Lindor, 223, 15 home runs.
Arcia.
Great.
Lindor makes too many errors to be in the All-Star game.
I think this is one of the toughest decisions in the whole thing. AL shortstops. Bo Bichette, 318 average, 14 home runs. Corey Seager, 344, 10 home runs.
That is tough.
Corey Seager also was injured for a while.
Yeah, but Bo Bichette has just been steadily tearing it up. I'm going to say Bo.
I'm taking Bo as well.
By the way, I traded him in our fantasy baseball league. Can you guys believe that? Talk about a dumb decision.
Yeah. Catcher, Jonah Heim, 282, 11 home runs. Adley, 269, 10 home runs.
Adley. Love him. Fuck Jonah Heim. He's got ugly hair.
I'm taking Jonah Heim. More home runs,
Adley's
better
an
average, higher
all-American
OPS, way more RBIs.
Don't care. Hey,
Plays
by
for a
the way,
better
I was
team,
watching
too.
this. Wait, let's see who's in the catchers. I don't know. It might relate to what I'm about to say. Probably not, though. I don't think he's having a good year.
NL catchers, Sean Murphy, 290, 12 home runs. Will Smith, 291, 12 home runs.
The first one, I forgot his name.
Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy. Yep. Anyways, I knew it wouldn't relate to this, but I was watching SportsCenter today at lunch, and they were showing a play from William Contreras last night, who is the one who plays for the Brewers, correct? I want to make sure I don't mix him up like they did.
Yep.
Yeah, they called him Wilson Contreras throughout the whole thing. It was pissing me off.
What thing?
It was just SportsCenter showing highlights from the Brewers game last night,
Oh.
and they were calling William Contreras Wilson. It was pissing me off because
Oh.
they didn't know their shit.
So AL outfielders, we're picking 3. We have, I'm not even going to give you stats because there's 6 to pick from. Jordan, Randy, Adeloy, Aaron Judge, Kevin Kiermaier, Mike Trout.
Jordan, Adeloy, and give me Trout. I like Trouty.
Okay. I agree.
Who are you taking? You agree? Let's go. We're doing pretty good here.
I don't know.
barely been watching baseball.
I'd
We all
maybe
agree.
I'd maybe throw Judge in over. That's tough.
You can't throw Judge in. He's hurt. You want to know my NL without even hearing the list?
Well, so you only
I'm
have to
going
pick
Acuna,
2. Yep.
Of course. Hang on. Acuna, of course. And Estri Ruiz.
No.
No,
Not
is he even in the list?
Options are.
He's in the AL anyways. What the fuck
Yeah.
am I talking about?
Yeah. Options: Mookie Betts, Corbin Carroll, Lourdes Gurriel, Michael Harris.
Oh, it's Corbin and Acuna. Oh, but we can't choose Acuna. He's already in, right?
Yep. So you have to pick
All right, give me I
Mookie,
feel like
Lourdes,
Mookie's
or
probably
Michael
having a good
Harris.
year. Mookie.
I agree.
Let's go. We're
Yeah,
crushing
no,
it.
I would pick Mookie over Lourdes.
we're
And then
crushing
designated hitter Otani for the AL already. And then we have Bryce Harper or JD Martinez in the NL.
JD, former Tiger, love him. Let's go.
See, I kind of want to pick Harper just because of what he's doing coming back from the injury.
That's true. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
Entries in.
Good.
Shitty. I hate this format.
That is a dumb setup.
That's all I have for the All-Star game. I just wanted to say
All
how
right,
much I
let's get
fucking
in.
hated it.
Let's get in a quick World Series recap. Very quick because I feel
College
like we're going
World
long at
Series.
this point. Yep, College World Series. And then we'll do our top 5 sports sounds. LSU absolutely sloshed on Florida last night. We were watching the game together while playing games. Florida on Sunday won 24-2. And then last night, LSU won 18-4. 4?
I think they ended up getting more runs than that. I'm pulling it up.
They didn't even use their ace. What's his name? Shank?
It was
Schneck?
18-4. Paul Skeens did not get to pitch. He's
Skeens.
probably, which smart decision on LSU's part. He's probably going to end up being a top 5 pick.
He's number 1. He's projected number 1.
Is he? Yeah, I knew he was rising.
So the top three is that hitter from Florida that's absolutely yoked. I forget his name. the dude that won the Golden Spikes from LSU, and then Skeens. And
the outfielder Dylan Cruz.
Yep,
that
everything I
dude.
saw was either throughout the game they were saying it just depends on how the draft shakes up, the draft lottery. Or no, they already came out with it, didn't they? Or no, not yet. It doesn't matter. We don't have to look it up. But that's your top 3, and they said they could see it going anyway. I think it was Skeens at 1 is what they kept saying last night. Dude, I heard a stat today. Shit, let's see if I can remember it. He was in the top 5 for like strikeouts within the last 30 years. He needed 5 last night to have the most, and like the names on that list were crazy. It was like Mark Pryor, Trevor Bauer. There was one more big name. I feel like it was maybe Garrett Cole. I don't remember, but Bauer was also an animal in college. Can't discredit that guy. All right. Anything else?
Mark Appel and Steven Strasburg.
Strasburg didn't pitch in college.
I don't know. The first overall pick, Pirates. Pirates 1, Nationals 2, Tigers 3, Rangers 4.
Ooh, Tigers are going to get a badass hitter is what I'm hearing. I want the kid from LSU somehow. If he somehow
Dylan Cruz is something.
I doubt it. But watching him, dude, amazing fielder, first of all. And dude rakes.
Honestly, you know who he reminds me of with a little bit more power?
Who's that?
Garrett Mitchell.
I hate that comparison because Mitchell sucks.
He doesn't.
By the way, while we were watching the game last night, first I realized that I need to watch college baseball more. It was electric. I wish the game was closer. But there's not much of a better sound than the ping of a college bat. Just ping, ping. With that segue, we have the top 5 sports sounds today. I'm going to let you lead off. What's your number 5?
All right, let's not mess up the order this week. I'm going to go number 5, a swish in basketball.
Okay. I like that pick. Not on my list, but it was definitely in my honorable mentions.
Bosh, back out to Allen. Bang!
Yep. Number 5, I have hitting the uprights on a field goal. Just that big boom.
I did not have that on my list.
Especially in a quiet stadium if it's like a big kick.
Double doink.
The double doink. Oh, man. You're number 4.
I don't have a specific one, but hockey goal horns.
Ooh, shit. Missed that.
I will say I like the, is it the Maple Leaves that have the boat horn?
I have no idea.
I think it's the Leafs that have the boat horn.
Segue it with that. Hockey goal songs. Da, 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 da.
Yep.
That's just good times.
Blackhawks, yeah.
My number 4, I've got the crowd, ooh, after a huge hit. There's a couple, like the Jadeveon Clowney one on Michigan and the Outback Bowl was up there. And then there was one last year, I remember, it was Indiana, Illinois. And this hit was nasty.
Oh,
Jarred
I think
his
I remember
helmet
this.
off.
Yeah.
And just the crowd all just, ooh, and it's the deepest ooh you'll ever hear. That's up there. You're number 3.
My number 3 is a catcher catching a pitch, but specifically when pitchers and catchers report to spring training. When baseball first comes back,
What a pick.
and the first sound you hear is just the whoosh of a pitch going into a mitt.
Yep.
Nothing
That
gets
made
me more
think
rock
of,
hard.
It's not on my list, but when you're watching a game, and I feel like it's Sunday Night Baseball that does it well, but when there's a close play at first and you can hear the guy running in and he hits the bag, but the glove hits, that's a great noise too.
Yeah, when they have like the mic around first base.
Yep. My number 3, short and simple, we just talked about it, the college baseball bat ting. That's what made me think of this whole list. Love that noise. Holy shit. I used to play, I don't know if you ever played it, but college baseball 06. I used to play it on the PlayStation 2.
So I didn't have it, but a couple of my
game was
friends
great.
did. And I used to play with them.
You're number 2.
My number 2 is I'm debating which order I want to put these in. I'm going to go with driving a golf ball at number 2.
Oh,
just an absolutely
good
pure
pick.
Drive.
Good.
Specifically with the newer drivers, not so much the loud ping, but like the composite drivers that are like I don't even know how to describe it, but yeah.
I don't know if you've golfed with somebody that has the new Stealth driver, but that one's my favorite driver sound I've ever heard in my life.
It's just like a smack, and it's just
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're in like some woods and you get that echo.
Yeah, the echo off the trees. Yep.
Oh, yep. My number 2, Carrie Underwood. Waiting all day for Sunday night.
See, I was debating putting like Sunday Night Football in, or like the March Madness sound, because I know I probably just said your number 1, but
nope.
Oh, I debated putting that in because realistically, if you just wanted to do like network sounds, you could make a whole separate top 5 based on those.
Oh, absolutely, and that might be a good idea for the future. I'm going to write that one down. But I used to not like this sound because it meant, oh shit, got to go to bed soon, school tomorrow. But now that I'm a grown-up, I look forward to this sound because I get to lay down on the couch, maybe still have a couple beers, and enjoy a good game on Sunday night. I also love Chris Collinsworth. He's one of my favorite commentators, and I'm a big Carrie Underwood guy, obviously. When those legs show up on my screen, happy camper. Your number 1 sports sound.
Crack of a bat. I know you put it lower, but
I saw that coming.
I love the crack of a bat. It just
perfect in MLB The Show.
I was literally just gonna put on my list perfect. But I
that's a good pick.
Yeah,
it's a good noise. And with you being the big baseball guy you are, I saw that one coming. My number 1, I don't think you're gonna expect this one from me, but it's a good pick. A Mike Breen bang, more specifically, a big shot, like. Rebound Bosch back out to Allen, his 3-pointer, bang, or the double bang. I don't know if he's ever done it on an actual buzzer beater, but just those big shots.
Yeah.
Number 1.
So I hate to burst your bubble real quick. I just got breaking news. And it's probably not going to hurt you that much. Matt Boyd is out for the year. Torn UCL, Tommy John.
That doesn't hurt me. I don't think he was even having a good year.
Well, I just knew as a Tigers pitcher that was going down, so I didn't know.
Dude, the Tigers IL is insane right now. I saw a graphic the other day. We've got like 15 dudes on the IL. Big names, too. You got Eduardo Rodriguez. Riley Green's still out. It's just...
Hey, Matt Manning's back tonight, though.
Is he actually?
Yeah. Yeah, he's pitching
I just want to
tonight.
see Scooble back. That's it. He's pitching in AAA right now.
Did you
I've got a couple honorable mentions.
Did you have any honorable mentions for our top 5?
Did you not hear me?
No, you cut out a little bit.
Oh, Jesus. Yes, I have a bunch. Do you want me to just ramble them off?
Yeah, you can go with a couple. I have a couple too. I'll see if you name them.
A slap shot off the post.
Yep.
This one probably should have made my list, but the crowd roar from an MLB postseason walk-off. I think of Altuve against the Yankees and Alvarez last year was that in the World Series when he hit that one? Yeah, that was game 1. He hit a 3-run bomb, dude. Just the roar and the camera shake. Yeah, that's good times. And then NASCAR, when all the cars go real fast around the corner and it's just...
I was wondering if you were going to say that because I absolutely love that sound, and I really debated putting it 5, but then I couldn't leave a swish out, so...
Right. What else you got?
Football helmets smashing together. Or like pads smashing together. Horses galloping down the stretch.
Okay, except for when your horse cheats.
Didn't cheat, but yeah. I'm honestly surprised you didn't pick this, but a bowling strike.
See, when you get so good at bowling, you just get used to it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So,
how do you feel about basketball shoes squeaking?
Hate it.
Okay, see, it was on this list, and I don't really like that one.
Oh, you Googled one? Mine was from the heart.
Well, I mean, all the ones that I picked, I agree with, but I just kind of wanted some ideas flowing,
Yeah. The brain juice is flowing.
Ref whistle?
No, especially when, like, it's against your team.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe for, like, opening kickoff of, like, week 1 of college football. I like that whistle.
Oh, entrance, like stadium entrances.
Yeah, Enter Sandman, Virginia Tech.
Rocky Top.
That almost made my list. Rocky Top's a good one. Yep. Any sort of college football music. When Penn State, I think they still do it, when they play Mo Bamba at the start of the game and the crowd is just roaring. Oh, my God. There was one. Michigan was playing there like 2 years ago, and they got a false start, first play of the game. They couldn't even get a snap off. It was so goddamn loud. Love it. Are you all set there?
I am good.
All right. I guess we can weekend preview while you load up Roulette then. It's 4th of July. I am going to Sid's friend's family cottage on a real lake. Going to be going out on the boats, the jet skis, do some tanning, do some drinking. Leaving there Sunday to go to my parents' cottage until Tuesday. So I will be drinking a lot, and I'm excited for that. You got anything planned, or are you just going to be chilling, maybe go out on the town?
Well, I'm moving this weekend. Final move Friday.
Right,
well,
but you
Saturday.
also have, like, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't really know if we have any specific plans. The weather is not supposed to be great in Memphis, I
Does
believe.
Memphis even have beaches?
Huh?
Does Memphis even have beaches?
Not really, because it's the Mississippi. Dude, let me restart my DraftKings. My roulette is not loading.
Oh, no.
It's like glitching out on me.
Oh, no.
No, it's supposed to be like thunderstorms most of the week, and then it's also supposed to be 99 on Saturday when we finish moving.
Oh, my God.
With a heat index of like 105.
I can't even
All right.
picture 99. We haven't had anything close to that.
We are loaded in.
All right. Our numbers this week. Frankie was generous enough to do 8, 0, 3, 9, 13, 22, 24, 30, and 36. Also, forgot to mention, for next week's episode, we'll do something crazy for Roulette.
So
I
I only had
Maybe-
5 seconds, so I didn't do this one, so we're watching one.
Good. Maybe I'll go back. Here's what we should do. I'll go back and listen to all the roulettes, and then we'll bet the numbers that won.
Ooh.
And we'll put like a significant. We'll both go in together for next week, rather than one person pays. But
7, 13, and 14 were the lightning numbers. 17 hit.
Good miss on that roll.
So 0, 3.
3, 9, 13, 22, 24, 30, 36.
All right. So we are going. I did not tell you this. We're going $4 a number.
Oh my God, he went big.
Yeah. I need a winner. Bad. Lightning numbers are 25 and 18. 100 on 18 and 150 on 25.
We have
9!
Ah, let's go!
We're back!
Woo!
Let's go.
Big hit.
I
Love
said I
it.
needed a winner. You gave me a
Dude.
winner.
9 is my favorite roulette number. I do it for JJ McCarthy, and I swear to God, that's going to be our big hitter. So maybe for next week's episode, we do roulette. I'll go through and find every number that's already hit, and then if there's been repeats, because I know 9 hit before, we'll double the bet on that number. Maybe that's what we'll do. And we'll bet 5 and 2 for 52. We'll do that too.
Okay. Once this one goes, I'm seeing what this number is.
Go.
It was 6. All right.
Okay, good thing we
Give me
missed
one
it.
number.
Are
We're
you
going
doing another?
$5 on each number.
22.
Okay. I'm going to go. It's been low numbers. I'm going to go 8.
Man, imagine if we hit a lightning number on that, though. $4. Woo-hoo-hoo,
Right?
That could have been big time.
All right. I'll let you watch this one.
Oh, yeah. What did you do?
8 and whatever you picked.
22. 8 and 22. Okay. Lightning numbers. I don't think ours got hit. 7, 15, and 19. 8 and 22. Come on, baby. Come on, back to back. First time. 15. That's a lightning number. How much was on that one?
100 times.
Yeah, see, I would never do. Man, that'd be dope with a $5 on there. All right. Don't do any more rolls. It'll just end badly.
Yeah.
Everybody, have a great weekend. 4th of July. Get drunk. Think of your boys while you're out there. And be sure to tune in next week, episode 52. Let's hit some tanks, door some tutties. See you next week.
Peace.